Well, good evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway for this Wednesday evening. Beautiful evening here in Elora, Ontario. Center Wellington, nonetheless. And note that the track condition, of course, listed as fast, and as always, the announcer listed as slow. You know, we should get a look at the changes on this evening's card of racing, especially considering they're already on the screen. In race number 1, how about we have a line to be announced on number 4, Salisbury Annie. We'll get that to you. Number 5, Wicked Serena, open to blind bridle. That is open to blind bridle on Wicked Serena. And also note changing steel to aluminum shoes up front. Steel to aluminum shoes up front and open to blind bridle, Wicked Serena. In the second race, note that there are no changes. No changes in race number 2. Races 3 and 4, no changes. No changes, races 3 and 4. In race number 5, number 2, Moon Watcher, changing Swedish Blind to Can't See Back. That is Swedish Blind to Can't See Back. And note that number 8, He's Sporty, line to be announced. In race 6, we'll have the lines to be announced on the 4, 8, and 9. That is 4, 8, and 9. In the 7th race, I said, in the 7th race, number 3, Wheel a Good Drinker, adding a Murphy Blind on the left. Adding a Murphy Blind on the left. In race 8, scratched is 9, Chocolate Express. Race 8, scratch 9. Note that number 10, TriStar Carmen, will move in and score post position 9. Race 9, 1 Twin B Showman's driver to be announced, TBA on the 1 in the 9th. And the 10th and final dash, there were no changes. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. Race 1, 5 Wicked Serena, a couple of equipment changes. Open to blind bridle and steel to aluminum shoes up front. Note a missing line and 4 Salisbury Annie. We'll get that to you in just a couple of minutes. And the second race, there are no changes. No changes, race number 2. It is 15 minutes to post time, approximately. But you know what time it is, really? It's time to welcome in our handicapping expert and co-host of the show this evening, the one and only, live from Margaritaville, Robert Reed Jr. How are things over there in Margaritaville, Rob?
Oh, doing fantastic, Gary. You know, it's a wonderful Wednesday. Actually, when we were in Florida, we ate at Margaritaville, which was awesome too. Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. So there you go. Not too far off with calling it Margaritaville here, but it's a wonderful Wednesday. A little special tonight too because it's the official grand opening of our new 5/8 of a mile racing surface. The official grand opening. There will be a ribbon cutting ceremony after race number 2. So very excited to see that all go down. But how about the action on Monday night? The finale, Woodmere Roll and Pop, an unlikely winner, paid over $60 and paced his mile in 151 and 2. We have a new, pretty serious mark over this 5/8 of a mile track now. That one likely will hold for quite a while. And a real nice effort from Woodmere Roll and Pop. Trainer Gary Murner been on fires of watch for his horses here at the river and beyond. Tonight, too, kind of cool. That's we're going to have last week's first ever winner over this racing service, Forbidden Treasure, back into go tonight, looking to double up in race number 2. So very excited to see that one back into go, and really a nice balanced card of pacers and trotters throughout the 10 dashes this evening. But as you know, one of my favorite things is the multi-leg wagers. Most of all, that early pick 5 guaranteed pool $5,000, low takeout 15%. Gary and I will come back in about 8 minutes to post to break down what we like in that sequence.
Here is your missing line from race 1, number 4. Salzburg Annie was a winner by 2.5 lengths in 157 and 4. That's a winner by 2.5, 157 and 4, raced on Saturday at Kawartha Downs.
Just under 8 minutes to post of the opening dash at Grand River Raceway on this wonderful Wednesday night of harness racing action. You know what time that is? It's time to break down the early pick five wager. It's got that guaranteed pool of $5,000, that low takeout of 15%. Gary and I will usually map out our suggested tickets for you throughout that sequence. So we'll take a look at my ticket first. And you know what? I usually like to have, a single at some point in the pick five sequence. But tonight, not so much for yours truly here. I've got, we're going to go two by two by two, and then we're going to use or four horses on the end of it. 1 and 2 to start us off right here in the opening dash. And I'm going back to Nasty Reputation to 2 as my top choice. Maybe I'm being stubborn or, I just being loyal and coming back to this one. I thought last time, no chance, kind of coming from way out of it. Decent fourth, hoping maybe a little bit closer this time around. 8-1 right now in the Osborne. Gotta like that. Also using the one All Smoke and Mirrors, who's done nothing wrong. As of late, won 3 in a row, should be bringing with confidence. So 2 deep for me, the 1 and 2 here in the opening dash. Race number 2, the 3 and 7. I mean, Forbidden Treasure is one that I think is going to take a lot of support tonight, but this is, substantial jump upwards in class, right? Moving up a level, same kind of outside post. So we're going with the 3 and 7 in race number 2. In race number 3, the 1 and 3 Val Victorian. Right now, the Cullen Barn is really heated up again. They're usually running pretty hot, but they've been sending out lots of winners in their last 10 or 11 starts. So Val Victorian is one you have to have on your ticket, but I like the 3 First of an Era coming to the barn of Jason Libby from Tioga Downs. Going to go 2 deep there, though, 1 and 3. Race 4, the 3 and 6. That's ER Norma. And the 6, Prince Archie. Prince Archie last time went a incredible mile to be second. Really deserved to win that one. Wallinack got a much better trip in getting up for the victory team. I think away from that trotter, he raced really well. But Prince Archie, did not get a breather at any point in that mile. And I think he can rebound his way to victory lane tonight. But going 3-6 in race number 4, 1-3-5-6 in the money leg, and a good looking, lower end condition pacing event. Some decent horse in it though, right? The 1 better be flying, the 3 better than Pride coming off a win. New shooter, C Laird, who I liked last time. Using all 4 of those ones, $12.80 is the cost of my ticket. No singles for me. Let's see if Gary Guy has one he's taking a stand on tonight.
Okay, go ahead, Gary.
Well, Robert, 4 minutes to post time, and I should mention that in the first race, I have the 1 All Smoke and Mirrors, as well as the 3 Full of Personality. So I don't have Nasty Reputation on my top 4, and yet that is your top pick. So right away, we're starting with a difference of opinion. Why the heck not? Second race, I've got the 1-5-7 or 5-7-1. That's actually the order that I take them in. So I have actually Perfect Landing as my top choice. And you know who I don't have is your top pick in that race again. This is an interesting handicapping so far. Race number 3. It is a 1-7 as my top 2. Val Victorian and Stay Pumped. I think those are the top 2 in there. And yet, again, you have the 3 First of an Era as your top choice, I believe. And race number 4, I'm on with number 6, Prince Archie. And I'm just, actually, they've printed something wrong. I have just the 6 alone, so I don't have the 7. And if you do the math, 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 is 12, and 4 is 48. So if you just take that 7 out of there, because I'm not spending the money. I'm spending it only on Prince Archie. So the 7, remove that 7 from the 4th if you have a second. And in the 5th race, a 1-3-5-6. Well, there's a race we see the same way, at least the same 4 on the board. And I actually do have the 6 as my top pick. So lots of disagreement there, Robert.
Well, at least we've got 4 combinations.
Sorry about that, Gary.
Right, where we can both be winners, because through races 1 through 4, there's only 1 horse that would get us both through those ones. But in the money leg, 4 the same, and we see that one exactly the same. So we're, kind of similar but different, as we usually are, Gary Guy and myself. Let's take a look at Conley's ticket. Let's see if Conley's got some similarities here. He's got the 1, 3, and 4 to kick us off here. So he's got All Smoke and Mirrors. He's also used Full of Personality, but added Salzburg Annie. 7 and 9 in race 2. Forbidden Treasure. Got to come back to that one. Looks like a muscle from the second tier for Conley. 1, 3, and 4 in race number 3. So just adding Maple onto the 2 horses that I like in there. Race 4 singled up on Norma or Norma, the 3 there. Coming in from Mohawk Park, like that one's chances, but Prince Archie raced too good last time for me to leave off my ticket. And then race 5, the 3 Better Than Pride, and the 6 C Laird, $7.20, a little more economical for Mr. Conley Ecclestone. But 2 minutes away to map out your winning wagers for this early pick 5 sequence. Again, the pool's guaranteed at $5,000. The takeout's always below 15%. And we'll come back in just a few moments to take a closer look at the opening dash.
Field 4, race 1 on parade. 1 all smoke and mirrors. Travis Henry for James Wellwood and Jeffrey Wellwood. Number 2, Nasty Reputation. Scotty Coulter for Gary Rive and Ashley and Matthew Rive Bohannick. Number 3, Full of Personality. Samuel Filia for Ashley Linvoy and Gino Toscani. 4 is Saul's Ricani, Louis Waugh for Eric Nadeau and Daniel Gaudreau. 5 is Wicked Serena, Austin Surrey for Ashley Linvoy and Gino Toscani. 6, Darlington, Head of Aranda Roche for Mark Winnicott and Gemaximo Racing. And number 7, Leaving with a Smile, Jason Ryan for William Beecham and Gavin Christie. Number 8 is Rock and Pebbles, Tyler Moore for Marisha Miller and Ron Ash and Mike McLaughlin. And note that number 9 is Lucy and Ethel, Brett McDonough for Gord McDonnell and Doug Good. Well, let's get a look at this field for race number 1. And, well, the first one we're going to look at is number 2, Nasty Reputation. So Nasty Reputation, and by the way, there is 9, Lucy and Ethel. And Nasty Reputation, Scotty Coulter, Gary Rive, Rob, and, well, this is one that did close nicely last time out, but really we've mentioned here that at Grand River you got to flash that gate speed. You do see it, though, May the 11th, Rob.
In the realm of possibility, we'll say, right? Like top 4 or 5's kind of been the spots that you've had to be on the swing for home. And Nasty Reputation was just much further out of it. It got away 8th off the gate from post 6. It kind of looked like, she was going to make a big move, but she kind of just kept getting stacked up behind horses. So she was pretty much last, at the start of the turn for home, and was only able to close to be 4th. But I thought it was a good effort. Home in 28 and 3. Remember, I liked her chances a lot. Getting back on that regular rotation, getting Scott Coulter back in the bike. Well, now you get a follow-up start with him and another start back on a regular schedule. So the 2, Nasty Reputation, is one that I really like here. I'm going to come back to her. There she is there at the top of the screen there. And one that I'm more than happy to come back to. And getting the value I'm looking for, right, at 13-1. So we, kind of get to a more inside spot on the gates. Hopefully going to be closer to the action, and we're getting a bigger price than last time.
Number 1, All Smoke and Mirrors, left from post 7 last race and now gets to lead from the inside. And if you think this one can't get off the gate, got away only 3rd, still did pace in 27. It's just that, the opening quarter went quicker, 25 and 3. All Smoke and Mirrors from the inside, off a couple of wins. Well, 3 wins, correction.
Yeah, three wins in a row, 2 at the Raceway in London, 1 here at Grand River. And I mean, I couldn't believe she paid 4-1 last time, Gary, because she was so good in those efforts at Western Fair. And now you're right, you get the pole position, which I don't think's really that big of an advantage. She's a horse that I've always kind of envisioned as being more of a closing type, but she's been more forwardly placed in her last 2, and it's paid dividends for her. So she gets Travis Henry back aboard for a follow-up steer. Encore performance on this one, but 1-2 is a little too short in my opinion. I mean, last time extreme value 4-1, this time much shorter, 1-2. I couldn't get behind a win ticket, but she's got to be on your pick 5s. And for those that are singling her, I mean, she's done nothing wrong. She's done everything right lately, and she's probably a pretty good single. But for me, I want to use the 2 Nasty Reputation on my ticket.
And then fill me in on Salzburg Annie. By the way, that missing line is a win by 2.5 and 57 and 4 at Kawartha. Salzburg Annie and Full of Personality. Your thoughts?
Well, I thought Salzburg Annie, was racing pretty well at Sarnia. Then obviously put it together then at Kawartha in her latest, getting a victory there as well. And a horse that's got speed off the gate. She hasn't finished her miles, maybe the way you'd like to see at times. But listen, she's driven by Louis Philippe Bois, who also owns part of her, and she'll likely be forwardly placed here against an Annie with a chance. And Full of Personality closed well last time to be second. And I thought she'd be good value on the board tonight. She is at 7-1. Don't have her in my pick 5 ticket, but she's one I would certainly use in the exotics.
I would love to see Full of Personality get in on that pick 5 at 7-1. Taking up their positions, it's a field of 9 for race 1 into the backstretch, approaching the start. And the field for race number 1. Is at the start, and they're off, and it is Salzburg Annie getting out well, leaving with a smile on the outside, and also getting out alertly as they charge their way into the turn, is in the center of the track right now. Full of Personality. Full of Personality is hustling out quickly, and then Salzburg Annie, Wicked Serena 3 wide, 3rd. All Smoke and Mirrors is 4th, Nasty Reputation 5th, and then leaving with a smile in Darlington Hanover, and Lucy and Ethel, and Rockin' Pebbles. It is Salzburg Annie who has the lead as the field works their way past that opening quarter, 26 and 4. Salzburg Annie and Louis Bois got the front. Full of Personality is filling the pocket position. Wicked Serena 3rd, All Smoke and Mirrors 4th, and Nasty Reputation mid-pack 5th. Leaving with a smile, then Darlington Hanover, Lucy and Ethel, and Rockin' Pebbles is trailing. 26 and 4 was the quarter, and they head up towards the half, and leading the way is Salzburg Annie, and Full of Personality is enjoying the view in the pocket. Wicked Serena 3rd. Then it is All Smoke and Mirrors, who's 3-5 on the board and racing 4th. Still on the inside, though. Nasty Reputation pulls out. Now we'll get the cover of All Smoke and Mirrors, who took out from fourth and is moving up. Nasty Reputation is fifth. Lucian Essel. And then leaving with a smile, Darlington Hanover and Rockin' Pebbles. But Salzburg Henny at 3-1 with the lead. And there in the pocket is Full of Personality. All Smoke and Mirrors chipping away on the outside. Nasty Reputation is fourth, and Wicked Serena has dropped back on the inside to be fifth. And then Lucian Ethel and leaving with a smile. Darlington Hanover and Rockin' Pebbles, three quarters, 125 and 3, and they turn for home. Salzburg Henny, Full of Personality, is looking for the passing lane. In the center of the track, All Smoke and Mirrors. It is Salzburg Henny as they come to the finish. Salzburg Henny is going to win. All Smoke and Mirrors second. Nasty Reputation. And fourth was leaving with a smile. Mile of 154 and 2. Salzburg Annie scores at 3-1. And, well, Rob, I think we're kind of out of the Big Five.
Yeah, we're not kind of out. We are out, Gary. And you know what? It's one of those ones where you look at it afterwards and say, wow, how do I not have Louis Philippe Bois coming in here to drive one, and Salzburg. And like I said, I saw her race at Hiawatha. I handicap those cars, provide selections for that venue as well. And I thought she was pretty good in some of those efforts. I thought this might be kind of a step up where she was likely going to go to the engine or sit close, but I didn't know if she'd be able to get the job done. But off that latest victory at Kawartha Downs just 5 nights ago, I mean, she comes in here and she wires them. So on a track that we weren't always sure if speed's the place to be, maybe we'll see that it is tonight. But either way, 3-1 on this one, and probably a bigger price than that pick 5.
Yeah, and your pick, Nasty Reputation, at least did a nice job to get into the top 3, but not quite the gate speed. Maya, Full of Personality, had the perfect trip, but just was not full of pace at all. Backed away to finish 5th. And we did get Leaving with a Smile to get onto the ticket.
Yeah, leaving with a smile, got a minor award there in 4th at a big price. Nasty Reputation, you kind of getting a bit excited, right? You see, kind of pulled to the outside by Coulter, and then picks up the cover of the favorite. You think, okay, this is going to be good, but All Smoke and Mirrors doesn't really have that that blast away kind of first over move, kind of just grinding it out there, and didn't get Nasty Reputation really close enough that she could really get to Salzburg Annie. I thought it was a decent effort to be 3rd, but at the end of the day, 2nd over and 3rd at 6-1. I'm looking for better than that. But All Smoke and Mirrors, another decent effort to be 2nd at 3-5. The exotic should be decent enough here, but again, Salzburg Annie, one that we probably should have had, Gary.
Some people will be happy with this result for the Big 5 because you get the 3-5 horse off of it.
Yeah, as I'll always say, the big thing for me in multi-leg wagers is not who wins, it's who you beat. And when you beat a horse that's won 3 in a row, that's 3-5, and even that pole position is going to attract a lot of people still here at the River at the beginning of this season, it's going to really put a lot of tickets to the floor. So congrats to those who use Salzburg Annie, because it's going to be a decent sequence going forward.
Back in front of us is the winner of race 1. It's number 4, Salzburg Annie. Salzburg Annie victorious. Louis Bois, the winning driver. 3-year-old He's Watching Bay filly, owned by Daniel Gaudreau and Louis Bois. Eric Nadeau is the trainer. 3rd win this year for Salzburg Annie. 3rd win lifetime. Salzburg Annie victorious at 154 and 2. The first race payouts for Salzburg Annie 880, 360, 230. One, All Smoke and Mirrors 230 and 210. And two, Nasty Reputation 270, $2 exactor 1830, dollar try 2040, dollar super 94.35. Here are two driver changes. Note in race number 5, number 4, Mortgage My Villa, Mario by Erojan will drive. That is race 5 for Mortgage My Villa, Mario by Erojan. And in the 9th race, 1 Twin B Showmans, Scotty Coulter. Scotty Coulter drives 1 Twin B Showmans in the 9th. The first race order of finish from the tops at 235 179 486. That's 235 179 486.
Just a minute away until the horse will be moving out onto the track for race number 2. But if you are dead in that early pick 5 like I am, you're going to want to jump in on the early pick 4 starting right here in race 2. Guaranteed pool $2,500, low takeout 15%. And for me, 2 deep here. Darbra, the 3, and the 7, Forbidden Treasure. Race 3, the 1 and 3, that's Val Victorian and First of an Era. And then race 4, 2 deep with the 3 and 6, ER Norma and Prince Archie. Leaned to Prince Archie there, though. I thought that he raced so well last time in defeat. He won 4 in a row before that. So I'm going to probably single Prince Archie on some tickets as well in that one. And then race 5, the 1, 3, 5, and 6. Competitive looking dash. Second start back for Better Be Flying. He might be tough from the rail, but there's a host of others in there that I think can win. So 1, 3, 5, and 6 for me. In that money leg, $6.40, affordable ticket for a 20-cent wager. But that early pick 5 probably took a pretty significant hit there with a 1 to 2 shot and all smoke and mirrors going down in the opening leg. So if you are still alive in that wager, good luck going forward. But again, if you're not like me, jump in on this early pick 4. Again, the pool is guaranteed $2,500. The takeout's always low 15%. They're moving it onto the track for race number 2. We'll be back in just a moment.
Field for the second on parade 1, Had Me a Whiskey. Travis Cullen for Wayne Henry and Henry Staple. Number 2 is Easter Sunday, Mike Salas for Peter Albrecht. And 3 is Derry, Brett McDonald for Ron McDonald and Nicholas Malcolm. And 4 is She Trots a Lot, Paul Walker for Keith Coulter. 5 is Perfect Landing, Steve Houdon for Laura Toscani and Gino Toscani. Number 6, Budinsky, Todd Ratchford for Mary Ratchford and Cynthia Graham. 7, Forbidden Treasure, Bob McClure for Caitlin Graham, Steve Mihalek. 8 is Fitness Class, Colin Kelly for Bill Butt and Hut Racing. And 9 looks like a muscle, Travis Henry for Alan Fair and Elizabeth Fair. Field of 9, race number 2. Let's get right to it here. And Rob, your top pick here in the third race. And boy, how do you think that's pronounced? Because I don't know.
I think it's Darbra, I think. Darbra is what I'd go with. Yeah. Darbra.
Okay. Well, right? Tell me why Darbra is the one you got on top. That's what I want to know.
Well, this is kind of key right now, seeing her in her pre-race appearance, right? Because we want to see if she minds her manners. She's had problems breaking stride in her last 3, 2 miscues. Want to see her looking pretty smooth out there. She looks pretty smooth right now, which is a good thing. Ears are up. She's having a good time and listening to what Brett McDonald has to say to her, which is nice to see. 5 to 2 on the board, like that as well. But here's the deal, Gary. So that April 4th win, maiden breaking win, she was one of 2 horses to stay flat in that race. So she wins by a wide margin. The time isn't all that flashy. Now, it was pretty bad conditions. They were giving 2 seconds on the track. But, I mean, that was, it was a good effort to win, but, I mean, it was almost kind of handed to her as well. But the effort that I really liked was actually 2 back, May 16th. She was closing well when she was 3rd and non-winners at 2. And a lot of horses in this race, would not be racing, at that level at Mohawk Park and doing well there. So I think she has a bit of a class edge, just the fact that she's kind of been battle tested against tougher horses in her last couple of efforts. Loved her pre-race appearance as well. Was worried about the miscues, but I don't feel as worried about that right now with seeing how smooth she looks in the track.
Yeah, and you know what I love? You telling me that it's pronounced Darbra. If somebody tells me I'm wrong, I'm going to say, hey, don't talk to me. Talk to Rob. It's his fault. Number 7, Forbidden Treasure. Track record time last time out. Okay, first ever start here on this track. Forbidden Treasure moves up a level off a great effort.
It was impressive, though, yeah. I mean, post 8, right to the lead. Obviously stole a pretty cheap middle half, but was strong to the wire. 29-3 is the favorite. This is a tougher spot, but had done well enough, in a couple of those starts at Mohawk Park as well. So I think again he's going to be confident coming into this. You never want to kind of not use a horse off a win. I thought he'd get overbet. Right now he is getting overbet in my opinion at 2-1. I'd rather have Darber at the same price, but I use them both in my multi-leg tickets because I think the Forbidden Treasure is likely going to go forward off the gate again, and is probably more likely to mind his manners than my top pick. But in any event, in with a chance, but over bet in my opinion.
And look at you, Chalky. A pair of 2-1s are your top two. But I went with Perfect Landing as my top pick, and one that I think could maybe land on top. Better price, 6-1.
Yeah, call me, Chalky Charlie picking the favorites here. But Perfect Landing, I'm with you on that one. 6-1. I mean, you're getting the right price. A horse that was third last time to Sid the Kid. I mean, the margin doesn't really tell the story, right? I mean, Sid the Kid was in a league of his own, so getting beat 7 lengths of that is not necessarily a bad thing. And before that, a couple of top 2 finishes. So Perfect Landing, in with a chance, I'd say. And if you're looking for value, probably the best value on the board right now.
And let me butt in here. Tell me about Butinsky, your fourth choice.
Well, talking about value, 15-1 on Batinsky. Nice win 3 starts ago in the City of London. 2 for 8 so far in his career. I've seen some good gears from this horse, and I think he might be able to, again, if he can mind his manners, which is a part of the equation for all these horses in here, he might make his presence felt off the gate, and he can do some damage against this group. So 15-1 would not leave this one off your exotics, especially the try in the super.
And I threw Had Me a Whiskey in for third at 9-1. Maybe Had Me a Whiskey can belly up to the bar with a good effort here in this field of 9 trotters that are taking up their positions, as we see from the overhead shot as they move in behind the gate and are turning into the backstretch to start. They're starting on the other side, Rob. The field is in the backstretch, gathering speed approaching the start. And the field for the second race. Trotters are in position and quickly blasting off the gate. Perfect Landing, Forbidden Treasure. Those the first 2 to leave out. Had Me a Whiskey Easter Sunday. Butinsky. Off stride goes Had Me a Whiskey. Darbra is racing now, position 6th, and then Fitness Class, and also with a break in stride and way back and out of it is Looks Like a Muscle. The field works their way on around the turn, and on top is Forbidden Treasure at 4-1. Forbidden Treasure, Perfect Landing, was able to land into the pocket, and then a gap of 2 or 3. And third is Easter Sunday, then a gap of 3. She Trots a Lot is 4th, and Butinsky is 5th, and then Darbra is racing 6th off a quarter at 27-1. The field heads on towards the half, and back racing 7th is Fitness Class. The field is going to work their way up towards the half, and on top, Forbidden Treasure and Primetime Bob. Perfect Landing is landing a lovely trip. The half was 57. Easter Sunday is right now racing position to 3rd. Then Butinsky is on the outside and working 4th, and She Trots a Lot is 5th, and then Fitness Class is 6th as they roll their way on towards 3/4. And now Perfect Landing has popped out right now. Perfect Landing, Forbidden Treasure. Forbidden Treasure, though, Primetime Bob is sitting still in the bike, and Perfect Landing is going to land off the ticket because it's off stride right now. Butinsky now is moved up at 10-1 to take over second. She Trots a Lot is racing 3rd, and then it is Fitness Class who's 4th, and Easter Sunday is 5th. It is Forbidden Treasure. Butinsky is looking to butt into things now with Forbidden Treasure, but here comes She Trots a Lot, who's out 3 wide. She Trots a Lot as they come on down the stretch drive. She Trots a Lot and Butinsky as they come to the finish. It's going to be She Trots a Lot and Butinsky. It's close. She Trots a Lot over Butinsky, I believe, and then third is between Fitness Class and Forbidden Treasure. Interesting dash. A lot of things that went on in there, but She Trots a Lot and Paul Walker, it might be a 4-4 double. Mile of 58-2, Rob.
Well, either way, though, right? We've got a big price winner. It's either going to be 20-1 or 10-1. And again, you said a lot of things happened in that race. Well, your horse, Perfect Landing, was going to get perfect trip and decided to kind of pull the trigger and then made that break in stride. Thought that he looked fantastic up until that miscue. Darber never really was able to get into the race, and she jumped it off as well. Forbidden Treasure, I mean, looked like it might just be a right down the road score again, Gary. But then we have a couple of long shots come up and do bow to the wires. So, we always talk about it, right? The young trotters, the inexperienced trotters will sometimes, give us these big prices, and that's what we see in race number 2.
Yeah, and also she trots a lot. Before that last start at Georgian Downs, you do see some form and raced well in a prospect series at Flamborough, and then a winner at London. So there's form there.
Definitely is form there to work with. And what's interesting is that I thought that Batinsky would be, closer up to the action. I definitely thought She Trotslot would be coming from kind of out of it, like kind of the way she raced. That's why I kind of thought that it'd be difficult for her to kind of, work her way into the dash. But, she showed some gears late in that mile there. I thought Batinsky was home at 10-1, but no, She Trotslot gets up. And again, this is a big knockout in both the pick 5 and the pick 4.
By the way, I appreciate that you didn't doubt me this time coming at the finish.
No, I didn't. I told you after that photo that I thought you actually called it wrong. I told you off the air. I thought you called it wrong. Told you I had all the confidence in the world on the air. But after that one, I won't doubt you again.
I was wrong to be so I was wrong to be
photos.
so definitive when it was only by 3 or 4 inches. So actually, I was wrong in that sense.
Well, hey, you still had it right, and
I got away with
they
it.
don't put the margin on the check.
Yeah, I
That's
got
right.
away with it. But look, I'd love to get away with a 4, 6, 7, 8 ticket, but I don't have one.
This is going to pay fantastic. Congrats to those who are holding that trifecta and super.
And also, the pick 5 is getting to be very interesting now. And back in front of us, number 4, she trots a lot, and yes, she did. A 3-year-old Muscle Mass Bay filly owned by Keith Coulter, trained by Paul Walker, who's also the winning driver. It's the second win for She Trots a Lot, trotting to victory. It won 58-2 at 20-1. The second race payouts for She Trots a Lot: 43.20, 10.30, $7. 6 Butinsky, 11.10 and 4.80, and 7 Forbidden Treasure, 3.90. $2 exactor, 280.90. Dollar try, 605.05. Dollar super, 2,500, 39.55. Double of 4 and 4, 128.40. Fans note in race 5, number 8, He's Sporty, has a missing chart line. Finished 8th, beaten 13 lengths in 156 and 4. That is racing here Friday night. He's Sporty was in the 5th race this evening, post 8. 8th, beaten 13 in 156 and 4, and Scott Coulter drove. Also, fans note in race 6 for Olaf Dulac, the missing line. 6-4, race 6, number 4. 4th, beaten 8 and a quarter in 157. That's Olaf Dulac in the 6th race. The missing line is 4th, beaten 8 and a quarter in 157 with Sylvain Filion driving. Fans also another missing line. Number 8, Jafar Dulac, did race June the 8th, Hanover. Winner by a neck. So winner Gagnon by a neck. 159 and 1. That was Saturday night at Hanover with Travis Henry driving. That's Jafar Dulac, a winner by a neck. 159 and 1. Travis Henry, June the 8th at Hanover. And fans, while we have a moment, one more missing line is Baron's Weapon. So race 6, number 9, Baron's Weapon, did race Sunday at Georgian Downs. A winner by 3/4 of a length. A winner by 3/4 of a length at 156 and 2. That is a winner by 3/4, 156 and 2 with Travis Cullen driving. The second race order finish from the top down, 658-172-349. That is 658-172-349 at the bottom. Gate is rolling for the post parade for the third. And one is Val Victorian. Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and A1 Stable. Number 2 is True That. Carl Chalmers drives and trains for Carmel Racing. Three is First of an Error. Colin Kelly for Jason Libby and Doug Dunbar. Four is Maple. Travis Henry for Isaac Waxman and Tess Waxman and Michelle Letrant and John Allaire. Five is Shemar's Lady Havoc. Scott Kohler, Sheila Lewis. Number 6, Red Dirt Hotshot. Samuel Fillion for Mark Winnicott. And Chomping at the Bit Barn Grill from Rockwood. I remembered. Number 7, Stay Pumped. Brett McDonough for Richard Merwin, Sylvain Cote, and Robert Bernicki. 8 is Dinner and Dancing. Scott Young for Gord McDonnell. Field of 8, race number 3. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, we're going to start with number 3, First of an Era. And look, send up a Jason Libby. And certainly, even though First of an Era is a winless on the year, first start for Jason Libby, I'm sure that's one of the prime reasons that you're on this one, Rob.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, coming back north of the border, and was up here before. It was actually towards the end of last year. Competed in the Niagara Series. Didn't have any success in there. Was bet down though to 6-5 in one of the preliminary legs. Ended up getting beat a wide margin in 8th. Came back, finished 6th in the other preliminary leg, and then went on the shelf for a bit, and then resurfaced south of the border. So now back for new connections here. At Grand River. Jason Libby training and looks pretty good on the track right now. Good value in my opinion too. 7-2. Saw a bigger price earlier. It was like there's no way that we're going to see double digits on First of an Era here. Recent paper would certainly lead you to think that she can be more the competitive against this group. So knew that we'd see a heavy favorite on the inside, so I said we'll look for some value with the 3 First of an Era.
Number 1, Val Victorian, getting well bet 4-5. Well, Travis Cullen, Jody Cullen, and a pair of wins. That kind of adds up.
Yeah, deserves every bit of the betting respect. I mean, you can see those 2 most recent wins, 3 of her last 4 as well. Trips to the winner's circle, and Barna Jody Cullen, 6 wins, last 11 starts overall. And we see we're going to see them have success here at the River pretty much all season. So you got to love Team Cullen from the pole position with a horse that has early speed. We saw speed carry in the opening dash on the pace, and we might see that trend tonight. It's a strong possibility. So Val Victorian, 4-5 right now. I mean, the price is what I thought it would be. That's why I decided to look for value on the win end. But Val Victorian should be right there at the wire.
And then 7, Stay Pumped is, I'm surprised that you didn't use this one up. Pick 5 doesn't matter, but Stay Pumped, it is a first start Richard Moreau. It's tough to leave that one off.
It's true. I mean, there's a lot of different angles in here. I mean, you've got some trainer changes that are intriguing, and one of them is the 7, Stay Pumped. I mean, she comes north of the border from the Meadows in Pennsylvania. First start for Richard Moreau. Seen success for this barn with horses coming from that direction. I guess post 7, a little bit of time between starts. I said I don't know if she's going to be able to go with the 1 and 3 here, but I think she's in with a chance and can hit the ticket. 11-1's value. I mean, you don't get 11-1 usually on a horse first time, Richard Moreau. So if that's your thing, I mean, certainly one you can take a poke on.
And as we're leafing through the horses, we'd better get to 4, Maple and Isaac Waxman.
Yeah, Maple's a horse that obviously races for the high percentage barn of Isaac Waxman and has hit the board in each of her last 3. one that does possess speed off the switch. Will likely get forwardly placed, might be able to sit a favorable journey, and 6-1, not a bad number to use in the exotics.
Absolutely. Travis Henry driving. Taking positions, Val Victorian, True That, first of an era on the inside. Of the center, Maple, Shimar's Lady Havoc, and to the outside, Red Dirt Hotshot, Stay Pumped, and Dinner and Dancing. Field of 8. It's race number 3 on a wonderful Wednesday. Here at the river, they are gathered in behind the gates. Field for the third race is approaching the starts. And they're off, and Dinner and Dancing's going to dance from the outside. First of an era, Maple. Val Victorian pressing through to the inside. Now is third. Maple is racing fourth, and True That is fifth. Then Shimar's Lady Havoc and Red Dirt Hotshot, and Stay Pumped is trailing the field. First of an era is first right now. 6-1 on the board. Val Victorian has found the pocket. Dinner and Dancing left from post 8 to get away third, and Maple is fourth. And then as they work around the turn, it is back to True That and Shimar's Lady Havoc, then Red Dirt Hotshot, and Stay Pumped trailing the field. And now Val Victorian is going to loop around first of an era and come on and grab the lead. Opening quarter was 26-3. Val Victorian, Travis Cullen leading. First of an era is racing second. Dinner and Dancing's on the inside and is racing position third and is 3 1/4 lengths from the front. Maple now is going to work first over. True That is following Maple, and also to the outside, Shimar's Lady Havoc, Red Dirt Hotshot up the inside, and Stay Pumped is still trailing the field. It is Val Victorian who fell to 1-9 on the board and leads as they hustle on to 3/4. First of an era is racing second. Maple is on the outside racing third, but still about 2 1/4 off the lead of Val Victorian, who's sharp heading up to 3/4 off that half of 56-2. Dinner and Dancing is fourth, and then True That. Red Dirt Hotshot, Shimar's Lady Havoc, and Stay Pumped. It is Val Victorian who leads it by a length and a half. First of an era is on the inside. Maple is racing third, but Val Victorian, 3/4, 125, and leads by a couple of lengths over first of an era. And then Maple, as the field turns for home, those three have separation as the rest are dueling for fourth, and it is Val Victorian. First of an era is coming now. Val Victorian, first of an era. First of an era is going to blow on by and win at 6-1. Val Victorian, Maple third and fourth. Look like Dinner and Dancing over Stay Pumped. 153-3. First of an era was able to come by in the stretch drive and add to that pick 5 that's already looming with a couple of price horses. Well, 3-1 in the first race, but 20-1, Rob, and then it's 6-1 here.
But you're beating a horse that's 1-9. I mean, Val Victorian's likely singled on many tickets. Tickets that were likely alive probably had that one down to a single. But first of an era, listen, I love everything that Colin Kelly did here. Left out strongly off the gate as I figured that they would. And then obviously you're going to be more than happy to do a little releasing of the one Val Victorian at 1-9 instead of pocket trip behind that one. But you could see off the top of the turn, Gary, this one had dead aim on that target, and she just rolled right on by. Nice win, first start for Jason Libby. I mean, this has been an angle that's proved positive throughout this year at various venues, and he continues to send out winners and is having an incredible season.
I do love that you went to first of an era on top over the 1-9 shot, because anytime you can take someone else rather than going to the 1-9 shot, it's a strong pick. 6-1. You get Maple, makes sense. Maple 10-1 because of that 1-9, and then Dinner and Dancing. We saw post 8 blast and still stuck around.
Yeah, and that's really how she's best, right? That's why Scott Young did that. I mean, she's a horse that's really tough to get past when she gets to the engine. Dinner and Dancing, she did well to finish fourth at 45-1. And Maple, first over a long way, just kind of lived out there third at 10-1. But first of an era looks like she could go around again. She still looks pretty lively coming back to the winner's circle.
Well, nice pick, Rob, at 6-1 to take down the 1-9 Val Victorian. And back in front of us is number 3, First of an Era. First of an Era is a 4-year-old JK End of an Era brown bear, owned by Douglas Dunbar. Jason Libby, who shares in ownership and is the trainer, and the winning drive to Colin Kelly. First win this year, 6th lifetime. First of an Era. Third race payouts. Three first of an era, 1490, 350, and 250. One Val Victorian, 210, 210 for Maple, 230. $2 exactor, 1880. Dollar try, 1915. Dollar super, 200, 1505.
All right, so we just want to thank everybody for coming out today to our ribbon cutting ceremony. We have a lot of the contractors here that worked on the project, along with several of our industry members, such as the OLG and Ontario Racing. And we are just so happy to have everybody here that helped make this project come together. And we have so many people to thank, but I especially want to shout out to our facilities manager, Doug McCraig, because without him and his leadership, we wouldn't have been able to make this project come to fruition. So thank you, Doug. And now we're going to hear a few words from our Grand River Ag Society president, Garth Green.
Hi, folks. Again, on behalf of the board and staff, welcome everybody for coming out. 20 years ago, on April 2004, is when we had our first race here. So a lot has happened in 20 years. And to the foresight of the folks that actually designed the track in the first place, to go to 5/8 was pretty easy because it was already in the plans. It just took some money and some vision and some coercing, I guess, is the best way to put it. But we are more than pleased with what's happened. We are very committed to racing, as everybody probably is aware. And we're happy for everybody to be here. And as Jenna had mentioned, all the contractors and everybody that helped us put this together, we really appreciate it. So again, thank you, and hopefully everybody comes back again and pays us some money. Perfect. Thank you, folks.
Once again, just a note, thanks to Ontario Racing, Musco Lighting, OES, Rowe Electric, GEI, Tomb Construction, Century Electric, the OLG, and also not here, but also thanks to Kuhn and Associates, Isaac and Doug McCaig, and the Grand River Ag Society President Garth Green for the great job. And we're seeing shots of that 5/8 track from the overhead. Great job by Curtis McDonald to get that shot for us. And they're off. Third race order finish from the top down to 261-38754. That's 261-38754 on the bottom. Note in race number 8, number 8 Tactical Princess is going to be a scratched. Race 8, scratch 8 Tactical Princess. Field for the fourth on parade, 1, PL Canella. Brett McDonough for Matt Dupuis. Number 2 is JD Magic Moon, Jason Ryan for William Beecham and Gavin Christie. 3 is ER Norma, Travis Henry for Sarah by Erja. For the landing pad, Mario by Erja for Marie-Eve Robitaille and Cameron Johnstone. 5, It's a Long Story, Colin Kelly for Paul Meekins and Saltwater Stable and Storyline Stable. Number 6, Prince Archie, Steve Hudon for Laura Toscani and Gino Toscani. Number 7 is Sue Ann, Louis Bois for Eric Nadeau, along with Pierre-Luc Roy and Jean Allaire at Mud La Rouche. 8 is No Angel Like Me, Scott Young for Candice Morel. And 9 is Wolanak, Tyler Moore for Kenny Ellis. Field of 9, race number 4. Rob, I love this dash. There are a lot of different possibilities. Prince Archie is now taking a lot more money, but this is a pretty nice bunch. But Prince Archie, we both went to Prince Archie despite getting beaten last time out.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not, right, Gary? After that last effort, I mean, post 7, he ends up getting parked pretty much the whole mile. He still forges to the lead, and then gets picked up by Wolanak, who ended up getting the better trip from post 3, who now has the trailing post this time out. But before that, he won 4 in a row. He done so in impressive fashion in each of those victories at the raceway in London. And by all rights, I mean, race too good to lose last time. So I think he bounces back. He looks fantastic on the track. Sometimes you wonder, how will a horse kind of come out of a race like that? Like, takes a lot out of them. The thoroughbreds, they would call it the bounce factor, but I think he's going to be good to go here. I mean, I really do. And any kind of better trip, I think, lands him in the winner's circle. Even money, nothing too attractive about the price, but boy, he looks pretty sharp out there on the track right now, Gary.
And number 3, ER Norma, is one that, well, the last race, maybe you just want to disregard that. You see some excellent form before that, and overall on the year has been a solid earner.
Yeah, it definitely has. And that class, I mean, at Mohawk Park, I mean, it's one of the the lower level condition classes, but I mean, she's facing off against good horses in there, right? She beat Southwind Caesar back in April. We saw that one finally, break his winless streak here at the River on Monday nights. Beat Classic Magic, only beaten ahead by Petro Angel. We saw what she did here last week. So I mean, there's good form references for ER Norma. And I thought she would take more support than the 7-1 she is on the board right now. She fits in nicely with this group. She gets to work from a good post, and she's a versatile type. She's got tactical speed, but she can also race from just off the pace. So I like her as the main player underneath. And I mean, if you're looking for an upset, 7-1 is a pretty sizable price on ER Norma.
I didn't know what to do with PL Canella because a winner in 55 May the 2nd at Mohawk, and then the last 3 races, including a break last race, didn't go well, but I do see there's ability there.
I typically shy away from a horse who breaks stride last time out and now works from the pole position, right? It's a tricky starting spot for trotters, especially, a horse that, now you're obviously going to want to get a flat line under her belt. The track was off by a second last time, so it doesn't really count against her for having to qualify, but still, you want to go out there and have a clean line put on her card. So bet down last time to 5-2, this time 5-1. You could say there's a chance to take back value there, but I think she's more so a player underneath, or he is more so a player underneath for my liking. Try and super for me.
9 Wolinak's tough to figure because trailing post you might want to go against, but off a win last race, kind of laid out well for Wolanak though.
You're getting 9-1 right off the horse that won this class last time. But remember, that trip was kind of ideal for Wallinack. Now that tricky trailing post, we don't see a lot of success from there. Maybe we'll start to see it rack up some victories. 8-1's a good number, but I think try and super for that one as well for me.
With their positions on the gate, PL Canella, JD Magic Moon, ER Norma. Center of the track, landing pad, it's Long Story. To the outside, Prince Archie, Sue-Ann, No Angel Like Me. Second tier, Wallinack. Field of 9, the fourth dash. They're into the backstretch, nearing the start. They're at the start of the rough, and landing pad will come out with Prince Archie. Those your top two. Then leaving well on the inside is PL Canella, and Sue-Ann is on the outside. And Wallinack is driving in the back of PL Canella. ER Norma is about 4 or 5 off the lead. JD Magic Moon is racing further back, and then it is It's a Long Story and No Angel Like Me. But Prince Archie, even money in the board's got the lead. Landing pad lands in the pocket, and Sue-Ann's racing third. PL Canella fourth, and Wallinack got away to race from fifth, and then ER Norma is back there racing sixth right now. Moving up on the outside is It's a Long Story. No Angel Like Me on the outside. JD Magic Moon is back trailing the field. Prince Archie with a lead of a length and a half. Prince Archie, landing pad in the pocket. It's a Long Story has moved up now. First over off at 27 and 4 opening quarter. The field heads towards the half, and on the inside, racing fourth is Sue-Ann. No Angel Like Me is advancing second over fifth. PL Canella sixth to the inside. Then shuffled back on the inside, Wallinack to the outside, JD Magic Moon. And ER Norma's trailing the field. Prince Archie's got the lead. It is Prince Archie with the front. It's a Long Story at 40-1 is second. Landing pad looking to scoot through to the inside. Now is reclaimed second. It's a Long Story is now flattened out, and No Angel Like Me is going to dart down to the inside in front of PL Canella. Well, actually had to stay on the too wide path because PL Canella was able to squeeze up the inside. Sue-Ann is set out wide, and Sue-Ann is closing some ground rapidly, and now kicking in Wallinack, but with a lot of work to do is sixth. 3/4, 128. It is Prince Archie. Prince Archie and No Angel Like Me. And then racing a third as they turn for home is Sue-Ann on down the stretch where they come, and landing pad is on the inside. Prince Archie, landing pad, Prince Archie and landing pad, and No Angel Like Me. Prince Archie's going to win. 4 across the track for second. Wallinack came from way back to pick up second. Prince Archie, 157 and 3. Rob, an interesting dash, and we did see Wallinack kick in late, but Prince Archie was the winner.
Yeah, he was much the best today, and I mean, deservingly so, right after how good he raced last time. Interesting, too, how it all comes full circle, right, Gary? July 5th last year, Prince Archie made his lifetime debut from post 6 here at the river on the half-mile surface, and he lit up the tote board at 19-1. He scored by going away by almost 5 lengths. And this time around, he's even money and obviously a much tougher class with a lot of races in between. But same kind of story, right? Today, Steve Gudon said, listen, I'm going to take matters in my own hands. We're going to control our own destiny. And that's what they did. I mean, he was much the best as an even money winner. Lots of action in behind him there. And Wallinack emerged with the place spot. Another nice effort for that horse as well, off a victory last time. And that trailing post has been no joke here at the river last year, this year. And, he's going to be able to build on that one. Get his nose back on gate. He'll be right there in the mix again.
That was a huge effort by Wallinack because it got shuffled back and actually even kind of got squeezed in a spot. It was just an interesting drive. I think Wallinack is one that really has shown us something in the last couple.
Oh, he definitely has. Yeah, we know the connections are high on him too. And one that was always kind of knocking at the door before that latest victory, and it won't be long probably before he gets back to the winner's circle. Because he's just been in top form as of late, and PL Quinella, nice, rebound effort to be third off a break in stride. So always nice to get that flat line and also get a big piece of it.
It comes in as 6.914, top 4, and Prince Archie at even money. Back in front of us is the winner of race number 4. It is number 6, Prince Archie. Prince Archie. A 4-year-old Archangel, bay gelding, owned by Gino Toscani and Laura Toscani. Steve Houdon is the winning driver. And out trackside, we have representatives from Ontario Racing and Musco Lighting and OES, Row Electric, GEI, and Tomb Construction, Century Electric, OLG, and also thanks to Doug McKaig and Isaac and Garth Green as well. The fourth race, part of the festivities of the ribbon cutting this evening. Fourth race, payout 6 Prince Archie, $4 to 80, 260. 9 Woolanack, 710, 391. PL Canella, 420. $2 exactor, 21.20. Dollar try, 61.65. Dollar super, 496.30. The fourth race order of finish from the top is a 379 481 652. That's 379 481 652. Field for the fifth on parade. One better be flying. Travis Henry drives for Dale Fritz and Randy Hyatt, William Wyatt, and Robin Ferrier. Number 2 is Moon Watcher Dan Meegans. Drives and trains for Janice Van Nest. And number 3, Better Than Pride, Austin Sorry for Kyle Bossins and Fred Niclerio. Number 4 is Mortgage My Villa, Mario by Edo Jean for Guy Caratien. Number 5 is New Shooter, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and Brady Doyle and Dan Beliveau. Number 6 is C. Laird, Scott Young for Rick Zeron and Stacy Smith Robinson. Number 7, Moonlight Boy, Jimmy Gagnon for Stefan Gagnon. And 8 is He's Sporty, Scott Goldiver, Jim Flynn, and Doreen Flynn. Field of 8, race number 5. That missing line on the 8 is 8th beaten 13 lengths, 156 and 4. But let's get a look at your top pick, Robert C. Laird. You do see a better start last time out and a little better post tonight.
Yeah, I really wanted to come back to see Laird. Last time out, post 8, tried to go forward off the gate, had to settle into the 5 hole. And then I thought raced pretty well, all things considered, to be third in a race that was topped by Better Than Pride, who certainly got the jump on that rival. And like you said, moves in 2 spots on the gate. This is now going to be second start for trainer Rick Zeron. You're racing back on a regular schedule, and a little bit of a score down here from Scott Young, which I'd like to see, because C. Laird is a horse that, on the B tracks, he's won as high as the preferred level and done good things, top levels, classes on the B tracks, especially when he gets forwardly placed. I like his pre-race appearance tonight. I think he's going to go forward off the switch, and I think he's got a big chance to get the better of this group. 6-1 is not a bad number on the board, and I'm going to stick with him, Gary. Again, I said after his latest that I was going to come back to him, and I'm going to follow through and do exactly that.
And what's impressive about the 3 Better Than Pride last time out was off a while, so first start back, and Better Than Pride for Kyle Bossins has that gate speed in it, was well used in that race.
Yeah, he got away second off the gate in a 27 1/4, and when he kind of flipped the switch on Better Than Pride, he was gone. Like he really kind of paced away from them. The favorite in the race was He's Got Swagger. He was never able to get near this rival, and while the margin was just over a length, it was probably easier than that for Better Than Pride. So I think that we've kind of noted that Kyle Bossins has been doing really well here at the River, and he's going to keep on sending them out ready to roll. And there's no reason to think Better Than Pride is not going to race just as good as he did last time out. So 5-2, not a bad price on a horse that offered that last time and converted as a winner on that occasion. So I think he'll be in the mix throughout and probably right there at the wire.
I went to one Better Be Flying on top, and look at that last race off a long layoff at Georgian Downs, post 8. They didn't go much up top, and then the race went in 52 and 2. But actually, if you look at his back half and final quarter, he raced better than you might think.
He did, yeah. It was one of those ones where the line doesn't do it any justice, right? Just getting away 8th off the gate and staying there. But I mean, more importantly, too, Gary, you got post 8 first start back against a good group like that. You're going to take a big step forward, second start off the bench, and he's a horse. 13 career victories, almost 150,000 made, and he's won in much tougher spots than this in the past. And I do see that Daryl Fritz horses usually take a pretty big step forward, start 1 to start 2 off a layoff. So 2-1 on the board right now. Would I be surprised if he goes out there and wins? Absolutely not. But I think it might be a little bit of an overbet.
And New Shooter's interesting for off of that last start here.
Yeah, I think that was one that also I think I had pegged for second last time. Went a long way on the engine before fading back to fourth. I thought maybe he would be able to finish the mile a little better than he did. But again, races for Team Cullen, right? These horses can sometimes take a pretty big step forward one start to the next. And this is only third start for the barn.
And absolutely. So we do love the Jody Cullen barn here. It's a field of 8 for race number 5. They're moving into their position. Field for race number 5. is at the start and they're off. Better Than Pride is out better than the rest. Better Be Flying on the inside. New Shooter is also shooting early. Then Moonlight Boy, Moon Watcher back to Mortgage My Villa. C. Laird is second from last, and He's Sporty is trailing the field. Better Than Pride at 2-1's got the lead. Better Be Flying is right there in the pocket and doesn't want the pocket position. Well, is going to have to take back and get back into it because Better Than Pride is going to continue on. Better Be Flying's in the pocket. Now up and driving on the outside is New Shooter, then Moonwatcher, and a gap of 3 back to Mortgage My Villa. Then it is Moonlight Boy, and further back is C. Laird, second from last, and He's Sporty's trailing 26-2. It was a sharp opening quarter, and they worked their way into the backstretch. Better Than Pride leads on past the half with Better Be Flying in the pocket, and Moonwatcher is third. New Shooter is looking to shoot up on the outside first over. Fifth to the inside is Mortgage My Villa. Half was a lively 55-2. Moonlight Boy. Then to the outside, He's Sporty. And C. Laird is on the inside, sharing the trailing spot. Better Than Pride. There goes Better Be Flying now. And Better Be Flying is moving right alongside Better Than Pride. And now he's grabbing the lead as they hustle by three quarters. Better Be Flying and Better Than Pride. And now Moonwatcher is moving a bit. Then a gap of 3 or 4 back to Moonlight Boy and Mortgage My Villa and C. Laird and He's Sporty. Three quarters, 124-4. Better Be Flying. Better Than Pride is hanging tough on the inside. And Moonwatcher is within striking distance. On down the stretch, Rob, they come for Better Be Flying. Better Be Flying. Moonwatcher's trying to pick up Better Be Flying, but Better Be Flying is sharp to the finish and will win it. Then Moonwatcher, Better Than Pride, and Moonlight Boy was fourth, 153 flat. Better Be Flying was able to get a nice trip and then come on and get the job done in 53 flat, Rob.
Kind of getting back into the swing of things, we'll say, but a little bit easier than probably it looks here. Yes, Travis Henry's driving him pretty good here in the stretch, and Moonwatcher's coming to him, but Better Be Flying, kind of had that class edge over this field. It's just a matter of he thought he was going to advance enough off that latest effort, and he did, and then some tonight in 53 flat here for the Fritz Barn. Even money on the end of it there. Better Than Pride, I think, raced pretty well, things considered. And Moonwatcher, it's a horse that, Gary, you and I have always kind of dabbled with in the past. I mean, he's a horse that's got some serious gears when he's on his A game, and tonight he was on his A game for Dan Meggins, and was a good chasing second there at 14-1.
Yeah, he flashed last summer here for a while, and then he kind of lost something, but that start here might be a sign that it's coming back. The second start back after missing some time due to sickness. Maybe he's ready to bounce forward. 14-1. Moonlight Boy, an outside post again making the ticket 50-1. And there's your C. Laird.
Yeah, C. Laird ends up fifth, but you know what? It's going to really help the high five, right? So, like you always like to see happen, favorite, the favorite wins. You separate them by a price, 14-1, sandwiches between an even money and a 2-1 shot, and then you put that second longest shot on the board, Moonlight Boy, at 52-1 in the fourth spot. It's going to really help that high five out with an even money shot winning it.
Coming back in front of us is the winner of race number 5. 1, Better Be Flying, a 6-year-old Better's Delight Bay gelding, owned by Dale Fritz and Randy Hyatt and William Wyatt and Robin Ferrier. Dale Fritz is the trainer. Travis Henry, the winning driver, first win this year. Better Be Flying, victorious in 153 flat. Should have mentioned also out trackside for the winner's photo in the fifth race, the Conestoga Crushers. Welcome to the Conestoga Crushers here this evening at Grand River Raceway. Fifth race payouts for Better Be Flying, $4, $290, $232. Moonwatcher, $860, $333. Better Than Pride, $230, $2 exactor, $25.10. Dollar try, $25.85. Dollar pick three, $65.50. Dollar win for 1100, $28.15. Dollar pick five, $6,800, $12.55. Dollar high five, $700, $36.90. The fifth race order of finish from the top down. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 5, 4, 7. That is 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 5, 4, 7 on the bottom. Sixth race is up next. Scratch to 7, Snow Walker.
Congrats to those of you who cashed in on that early pick five, $1,362 for a 20-cent wager. That is a big payoff for a ticket ending off with a couple of favorites. But we move now to the late pick five. We're at the midway point of the card here. 10 dashes and races 6 through 10 will be the late pick five. Low takeout, 15%. And there's my ticket, keeping it cheap in this late pick five sequence. The 5 and 9 here. Happy Nays, I thought, raised really well last time. Happy to go back to that one on top. Also using the 9 Barons weapon off a win at Georgian Downs. So 5-9 for me here in race number 6. Just the 8 in race number 7. Sorry, should be. Yeah, sorry, just the 8 in race number 7. That's Sid the Kid. Sid the Kid, strong winner last time out, same class. Now moves out to the 8 hole. Should be able to handle that group if he can just mind his manners off the gate, which I think he will. Then race 8, we go to the 1. What Have I Done? A horse made a very professional lifetime debut. A winning one on June the 5th. Does have to work from that pole position, which can be tricky for young trotters, but I think he's got what it takes to double up. What Have I Done in race number 8? That's the 1. And then 1, 2, 4, and 8 in race number 9, spreading out in that one, and then 2, 3, and 4 in the finale. Just $4.80 for that 20-cent ticket. I think Conley's mapped out a ticket for us as well. We'll take a look at what he's got in store. So I went single in races 7 and 8. Conley is going to single in race 9. He's got the 4 and 9 here in the opening leg. So we agree on Baron's weapon. Race number 7, the 2 and 9. 2 and 9, yeah, so he's not using Sid the Kid. Wow, wheels are blazing from the trailing post and the 2 sleigh in the day away. Race number 8, the 1, 4, 5, and 7. We're in the same neighborhood in that race for our selections, but I've singled the 1. What Have I Done? In race number 8. Race 9 is where he's going to single. It's the 8 BBC Sports Boy, who's been racing fantastic for Jason Libby. I thought that was a pretty competitive dash, though, in race 9, where he's going it alone. Race 10, on the same page. The 2 Fashion Forward, the 3 Royal Tell. That's his ticket, $6.40 for a 20-cent ticket. Map out your winning wagers for this late pick 5 sequence. Again, the low takeout is just 15%. We'll be back after the post where I take a closer look at the upcoming dash.
Field for the sixth on Post Parade. One is Play the Rush, Phil Houdon for Patrick Houdon and Warren Casely. Number two is Big Harry Matthews, Paul McKenzie for Terry Gallant and Danny Bird. Number three is Mikey Burke, Dale Spence for Riley Simpson, the owners Shengo. And number five is Happy Nays, Jay Harris for Derek Anderson and the owners Russ Gorley.
Reflex, I can't help it.
Number six is Just Ask Joe, Tyler Moore for Heather Pickett. Seven is scratched, and number eight is Jafar Dulac, Scott Young for Jim Flynn and Doreen Flynn. Number nine is Baron's Weapon, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen at A1 Stable. Note that 4 Olaf Dulac was delayed in the paddock with a shoe issue, and it will be Louis Waugh driving for Eric Nadeau. And sharing an ownership with Louis Waugh is Pierre-Luc Waugh and Jean Allaire and Maud LaRouche. Field of 8, race number 6. Let's get a look at this field. We'll start with number 5, Happy Nays. Almost got the job done here last time out, and, well, you're going to Happy Nays again, hoping that it's a happy 6th race for you, Rob.
I sure am. I'm coming right back to Happy Nays, Gary, because that trip last time was a tricky one for Happy Nays. Right, he got away 4th off the gates, and then kind of stayed on the pylons, got shuffled back a bit, and then attacked them late. And at the time, I said, okay, well, it kind of worked out to be an inside trip. He had a lot of pace on the end of the mile. Maybe he should have won off that trip, but if you remember that night, you really couldn't win like that. You had to be a little bit closer. You couldn't make those moves from that far back, in the stretch. So his back half was a strong 157 or 1, and I'm surprised by the price right now. I thought, to me personally, I thought he raced best out of that race last time. Take nothing away from Mickey Burke, who was a first over winner, but first over was winning a lot on that evening. And Happy Nays' trip style was not getting the job done. So taking back value on him right now at 7-2 just makes sense. And I would say I'd be more than happy with 5-2 on the 5 Happy Nays. So I'm going right back to him. I've been fond of this horse for quite some time, and I'm hoping that he'll make me happy at the winner's circle this time around. 3-1, like I said, 5-2 or more. Sign me up.
9 Baron's Weapon. Should mention the missing line Sunday, a winner by 3/4 length and 56-2 at Georgian Downs. Comes right back Wednesday. Trailer post, but I've got faith in Travis Cullen. I took this one on top.
Well, I've got faith in, Travis Cullen, Team Cullen, you name it. I'm always happy to be in their camp. And the thing is that I was a big supporter of this horse at Mohawk Park on June the 6th. And, the effort I thought was, it was okay, but I really thought we'd see more from that one on that occasion. Disappointed as the favorite. Then came right back with a nice victory at Georgian Downs just a few nights later. Now comes back on short rest again. Trailing post here, which is always tricky, but I think this horse has the right kind of racing style for that. So should definitely make his presence felt at some point in the mile. 3-1, I think you're only getting that because it's the 9-hole. But again, I'm going too deep in the multis with the 5 and 9.
3 Mikey Burke got the job done last time out, and fans have gone to him again. Dale Spence for Riley Simpson, 2-1.
Yeah, Mickey Burke, I think, is one you have to, give consideration to. First over, kind of was spinning his wheels, it looked like, and then ended up, forging his way to the lead and getting the victory. So, I mean, whenever a horse wins first over, you've got to respect them next time out. And I'm thinking that, 2-1, though, in my opinion, is a bit of an overbet. Same price last time. But again, if I looked at that race, who raced better, in my opinion, it was Happy Nays. I'm happy to take 4-1 on him. It's just a value play. But Mickey Burke, every right to be right there with these ones and land somewhere in the ticket.
And Just Ask Joe has the gate speed and left from post 5 last time, post 6 here.
Yeah, favorite last time, and now you're getting 6-1, just moving out one spot on the gate. Speed's been pretty good tonight. maybe we see this one, rifle off the switch again, and if he does, it probably raises his stock significantly. So 6 to 1, that's some decent value on Just Ask Joe.
With their positions, play the rush. Big Harry Matthews and Mickey Burke on the inside of the center. Olaf Dulac and Happy Nays to the outside. Just Ask Joe. Jafar Dulac and second tier, Baron's Weapon. It's a field of 8. It's the 6th dash on a wonderful Wednesday night at the river. They're all in position. There at the start of the rough, and Olaf Dulac is going to press out with Happy Nays, and on the outside, Jafar Dulac, and on the inside, play the rush as they drive their way on into the turn. But Olaf Dulac is able to grab the lead. Just Ask Joe second, play the rush is third, then Happy Nays and Big Harry Matthews, then Jafar Dulac. Baron's Weapon gets away second from last, and Mickey Burke is back trailing the field. Olaf Dulac not lacking early in the mile at 6-1 on the board and on top through a quarter of 26-4. And Just Ask Joe has got the pocket. Play the Rush is playing third. Happy Nays is fourth. Then it is Big Harry Matthews who's racing fifth as the field races their way on past us, and then further back racing to the outside now goes Baron's Weapon, then Mikey Burke, and trailing the field is Jafar Dulac. But right now it is Olaf Dulac who's got the lead with Just Ask Joe in the pocket. Happy Nays is getting a little closer and moving up. Baron's Weapon is well spotted now on the back of Happy Nays and is gaining ground. Then Play the Rush well back to trailing three, Big Harry Matthews and Mickey Burke, and then Jafar Dulac. But now it is Happy Nays at 5-1 coming to tackle Olaf Dulac at 6-1. Those two are paired up, and Baron's Weapon is within striking distance, racing third, and is about 2.25 off the lead, and is going to drop down to the inside to save some ground on the final turn as they head towards the top of the stretch. 3/4, 125-2. Olaf Dulac, Happy Nays, Baron's Weapon is right there within distance to strike. Those three separating from the rest. Just Ask Joe is fourth, and then Mickey Burke. The field turns for home. Olaf Dulac, Baron's Weapon looks to charge up the inside. Olaf Dulac, Baron's Weapon getting closer. Baron's Weapon is gonna gun up the inside to win it. Olaf Dulac, Happy Nays, and then Mickey Burke. 154-1. Baron's Weapon. Travis Cullen gets the job done. Dropped down to 4-5 in the final wagering, though, Rob.
In droves late. I mean, we were seeing that value right before post time on Baron's Weapon, and it was one of those ones where I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe it's because the line to be announced, a lot of people don't see in the program if they don't hear that it was a victory. Maybe they don't know, but the money came in late on Baron's Weapon, and a real slick steer there by Travis Cullen, right? Spotted second over. Yeah, I think he had some concerns. Maybe Happy Nays might not take him to the promised land, so he dropped to the inside, wait for the passing lane, and away you go up the inside there. So Louis-Philippe Roy, I mean, he's putting everything in play tonight. Olaf Dulac, nice effort to be second there. Thought he might end up with two victories on horses that he drives and owns part of, but had to settle for second. Happy Nays first over. I thought it was a great spot for him. I really did, but ends up fading back in the stretch. So back to the drawing board with that one, but not a bad effort. Just I was expecting more.
And you can see Travis Cullen trying to figure out who to follow out off the gate. He kind of moved out a few spots, but then that didn't work out, so he didn't get away well, but still, so full marks because he had to work from off the pace. He was fortunate to figure out, of course, fortunate because he's a good driver, how to get a second over trip after not getting away well.
Yeah, no, it ends up working out a picture perfect trip, and again, it always helps too. You've got live cover to follow, right? That always helps the situation, and Happy Nays was exactly that. But again, the move to drop to the inside, I mean, made the difference. Ends up being a going away winner, but still, it's always nice you can save ground on the turn.
Well, I told you I had faith in Travis Cullen, and my faith was rewarded. And Happy Nays did not race poorly at all. Mickey Burke was also one that was interesting in there. Back in front of us, the winner of race 6. It's 9, Baron's Weapon, 3-year-old Baron Hanover Bay gelding of the A1 stable, trained by Jody Cullen. Travis Cullen with the handy steer to get Baron's Weapon home in front. 5th win on the year for Baron's Weapon, 6th lifetime. And also a note, welcome to the Estate Planning Council joining us for the 6th race photo. Welcome the Estate Planning Council. Sixth race payouts 9, Baron's Weapon 390, 280, and 290. 4, Olaf Dulac 420 and 310. 5, Happy Nays 330. $2 exactor 1780, dollar try 3130, dollar super 80.90. The sixth race order finish from the top 684-235 scratch 7-1. That's 684-235 scratch 7-1 on the bottom.
Four races left on the card here at Grand River Raceway on this wonderful Wednesday. A Baron's Weapon started off the late pick 5 in race 6 as the 4-5 favorite. Many people probably had that one on their ticket, but we're going to look at the late pick 4 starting right here in race number 7. Low takeouts always 15%. And for yours truly, I'm going to start off with a couple of singles here. The 8, Sid the Kid, is going to be my single here in race 7. I'll be honest, I was not expecting 5-1. I think that price will come down come post time, but he was fantastic in his latest here at the river at this level. Was really good too 3 starts ago at Mohawk Park after making a break in stride in his seasonal debut on May 16th. So I'm more than happy to have him singled here in the 7th. And race number 8, the 1, What Have I Done? Coming right back to that one after using him last time as my best bet of the night, 70 cents to the dollar. Real control this time around. Not always the best spot for a young trotter. It does face some new faces as well, but I just think he can double up for the Barn of Billy Budd. So what have I done? Singled as well in race number 8, 1, 2, 4, and 8 in race number 9. That looks like the tricky race for me in the sequence. I do like BBC Sport Boy, with a big chance from the outside, but I actually went to the 2 Am I Radical on top after he got a bit of a shuffle last time out. Like his chances to come back with that same post 2 tonight. And then the money leg race number 10, the 2, 3, and 4. So a pretty inexpensive ticket, just $2.40 for a 20-cent bet. But we'll also take a look at Conley's ticket. Yeah, we'll take a look at Conley's ticket in a moment here. And yep, Conley's ticket could be on screen. 2 and 9 here in the opening leg. Slaying the day away. Like that was chances as well. 4-1 from an inside draw. 5-2 on Wheels of Blazin'. He's not using Sid the Kid, but hey, if the opinion helps out there. 1, 4, 5, and 7 in race number 8. The 8 in race number 9 is BBC Sports Boy, and the 2 and 3 in the finale. $3.20 for his ticket. Just a minute away, we'll be coming on the track for race number 7. Again, starts off the late pick 4, the low ticket at 15%. We'll be back in just a few moments to take a closer look at the upcoming dash. Quick question. I didn't hear what the scratching part. What was that?
Field for race number 7. On parade 1 is Ultra Lady Esteg. Henriksen drives and trains and owns. Number 2, Slaying the Day Away. Eddie Green for Keelan Green and Celeste Hill. Number 3 is Wheel a Good Rinker. Brett McDonough for Ron Waples Jr. and James Fullerton. Number 4 is Electro Longlegs. Natasha Day for Melissa Lamoureux and Jeffrey Boyd. Number 5 is Abby-Cadabra. Bob McClure for Steve Bossons and Deborah Reed and ECS Racing and Richard Thompson. Number 6, Olivia's Gold Nugget. Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen. The owners are Felix and Olivia Marion. Number 7, Lincoln's Landing. Steve Houdon for Laura Toscani and Gino Toscani. 8 is Sid the Kid. Mario Baerosha for Benoit Baerosha and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. At 9 is Wheels Ablazing. Tyler Moore for Paul Cameron and Arnold's Horseshang. It's a field of 9, race number 7, an interesting dash. Let's get a look at some of the main players in here. And right away, we're going to go to your top pick. And we have seen some difficult post positions race well here so far this meet. And you're going to 8, Sid the Kid. I didn't go with you, but Sid the Kid certainly was impressive and good reason to come right back to him.
Yeah, I liked him 3 starts ago at Mohawk Park in the Horse Players Journal, Gary, and on that occasion just dominated his rivals. Then obviously faced tougher his next start out there when he finished 5th, but last time he is stepping up in class from yet in between numbers of 15,250. But it was easy as pie. I mean, you even called it right. Mario was kind of looking around to see if there's anyone coming. No one was. Softer group, yes, it was, but the way that he did it, I mean, 57-2, but there was lots left in the tank. Looks pretty sporty on the track right now, and is showing that snap speed off the gate, 27 flat from post 5 last time. No reason to think he can't, touch down in the lead from post 8 this time around. So I'm surprised he's 4-1. I thought he would be taking more support than this, and again, he's a horse that when he minds his manners, he does good things. At least he has done so this season. And 4-1, I think it's a big overlay.
Full disclosure, I went to the 2 Slaying the Day Away, your second choice, and you know what it is? He always races well when I'm announcing. Hit the last 3 times I was announcing, winner Gagnon.
Well, there you go. You're Slaying the Day Away's lucky charm. So listen, 2 wins in the Prospect Series and faced some decent horses in each of those efforts. And before that was racing in the Ontario Sired Spring Series up against the likes of Convoy Hall, Captain Wanya. So, I mean, good form references all around for Slaying the Day Away. I'm a big fan of this horse. 5 for 9 this season, 6 top 2 finishes, and a good post to boot. I thought that we would see, the favoritism likely swing in the favor of one like Sid the Kid or Slaying the Day Away. And it's only because Wheels of Blazing has a trailing post. I think that horse has been racing fantastic this year. He's won 4 of his last 5. But the trailing post is a tough spot to start from, especially, I think, if you're a trotter. So, I don't know. I can't get there at 3-2 on that one, but you convinced me that Slaying the Day Away is the right play at 5-1.
6, Olivia's Gold Nugget. Kind of raced against the bias here last time out and raced extremely well.
Yeah, definitely against the bias. And I was actually surprised that she was able to make up that kind of ground to be second in that race. So she can come back with a good effort. I mean, she's moving up in class, and didn't win last time. She's over 7 in the season, but I think she'll make her presence felt at some point in the mile as long as she minds her manners.
Quick thought on Abby-Cadabra.
This is one that I thought would take a big step forward off her season debut May 10th. I thought it was a good effort to be 4th, and then the last time out, parked a long way first over before finishing in that same spot. So a little bit of time between starts. Steve Boston's usually sends them ready, and I think is an overlay right now at 11-1. Bob McClure aboard and should make her presence felt at some point in the mile. I'd use that one in the try in the Super.
And 9, Wheels Ablazing is the favorite and certainly is a really good one. Trailer post though, but it should be an interesting dash. Field of 9 trotters moving into position. They're nearing the start. In the backstretch, And there at the start of the round, Electro Longlegs will move those legs all alertly with slaying the day away. Sid the Kid from the outside, he's blasting, and then Ultra Lady S and Wheel a Good Drinker. Lincoln's Landing, Wheels Ablazing. Now is going to press on through on the inside to get away fifth. Then Wheel a Good Drinker, Lincoln's Landing, back to Abby Cadabra. Olivia's Gold Nugget is trailing to field, and Sid the Kid at 2-1 is going to come on and clear to the front of her, slaying the day away. And Eddie Green filling the pocket in the back of Mario and Sid the Kid. Racing third, Electro Longlegs as they come off the turn. Ultra Lady S is for 27-3 the opening quarter. Wheels Ablazing is racing fifth now as they come off the turn, rolling on past us. Then it is Wheel a Good Drinker and Abby Cadabra. Olivia's Gold Nugget to the inside. Lincoln's Landing has moved up and gained a spot. And now Abby Cadabra pulls out from the backfield. They race on up towards the half. 27-3 opening quarter. And it is Sid the Kid with slaying the day away right there within slaying distance, and Electro Longlegs is third. And now on the outside, Wheels Ablazing has blazed right up and is only about 2.5 off the lead and is getting closer with every step. And Abby Cadabra is also moving. Abby Cadabra takes over fourth. Electro Longlegs is fifth on the inside. Then Lincoln's Landing at Ultra Lady S and Willie a Drinker and Olivia's Gold Nugget. And Wheels Ablazing was able to grab the lead from Sid the Kid. Wheels Ablazing, Sid the Kid. Now to the outside, Abby Cadabra, and slaying the day away is blocked on the inside. And to the outside, Lincoln's Landing, 129-3, the three-quarters, Wheels Ablazing. Sid the Kid is racing position second, then Abby Cadabra, and slaying the day away. On down the stretch drive they come, Wheels Ablazing. Those wheels are blazing, and no urging required. Wheels Ablazing from the trailer post, Sid the Kid. Then Abby Cadabra, flying late, was Olivia's Gold Nugget. 158-2. Wheels Ablazing. The only thing you could really hold against him was the trailer post, and Tyler Moore figured out how to not make that enough of a disadvantage to stop him from winning again, Rob.
Yeah, sometimes you get it wrong, Gary, and I got that one pretty wrong. I couldn't have been more wrong about the way that race is going to pan out, but I just have to say, wow, that was a very impressive effort from Wheels Ablazing. I mean, trailing post, tried to kind of find the right spot to get away, ends up getting away mid-pack, but it didn't matter. I mean, and it's not like Sid the Kid raced poorly and, was anchored down and Wheels Ablazing came around a horse that was all done. He ends up finishing second and being the best of the rest by a significant margin. So Wheels Ablazing, what he did, I mean, wow, hats off to him and the connections. I mean, he's racing completely lights out right now, and the utmost confidence from Tyler Moore. I mean, he comes first up, and like you say, he didn't move a muscle. I mean, he's a statue in the bike, and this horse is just one that's he's in a groove right now, and he's an absolute killer. And I feel pretty silly to not have him on my ticket and anywhere in my top four. So,
well,
again,
I'm silly with you, though, too,
wrong.
buddy. I'm silly with you, too, because we both knew that the trailer post is a challenge, but we get Barron's Weapon and Wheels Ablazing making the trailer post look like, yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're Wayne Gretzky to start off the pick five, right? I mean, and last year we'd be lucky to see a 9-horse winning once in a week. So we're kind of conditioned against it, right? And again, I don't think it's going to be a favorable spot to be, but horses overcome it, and this is a horse that was able to do so. I mean, he marched up with ease first over. Again, I can't say enough with that effort, and he went up to 3-1. The money was right early, and then you get 3-1 in this horse, and I can't be upset the way Sid the Kid raced. I mean, second at 2-1. And raced pretty darn good to claim the place spot.
Yeah, and post 8, and he blasted hard and didn't fade. Just that Wheels Ablazing just kept on trucking on by. 9, 8, 5, 6, the top four back in front of us. Wheels Ablazing, blazing to victory, 158-2. A 3-year-old wheelin' and dealin' bay gelding, loaned by Arnold's Horse Shack. Paul Cameron is the trainer. It's the 5th win in just 8 starts this year. Tyler Moore is the winning driver. Wheels Ablazing. Seventh race payouts, 9. Wheels ablazing, 830, 550, and 350. Sid the Kid, $4, 355. Happy Cadabra, 380. $2 exactor, $36. Dollar try, 198.65. Dollar super, 469.90. Fans noted in race 9, a claim entered on number 8, BBC Sports Boy. Race 9, claim entered 8, BBC Sports Boy. Seventh race order finish from the top says 759 634 821. That's 759 634 821 on the bottom. for the 8th race is on post grade 1. What Have I Done? Colin Kelleher, Bill Budd, and James Wilson. Number 2 is Wood Chippin', Ryan Holiday for Dave Holiday and Graham Jackson. Number 3 is My Time, Your Money. Rob Jenkins Jr. drives and trains and partners in ownership with Felix Marion. 4 is Capulet, Anthony Hahn for Luke Blay and Determination. Number 5 is Smokin' Power, Dave Frankie Boughton for Don Lindsay and Paul Lindsay. Number 6 is Vera Cruz, Scott Young for Timothy Cherwaco and Gary Green. Number 7 is Secan Trot, Brett McDonough for David Fry and Stuart and Patricia Bolander. 8 and 9 are scratched, and 10 TriStar Carmen from the trailer post, Tyler Moore for Andrew Cars, and the owner is Aaron Wood Equine. It's a field of 8, race number 8, an interesting dash. And, well, Rob, we've had a number of, different post positions winning this evening, but we've had a 1, but the 1s have not been nearly as effective so far in the meet as they used to be. But What Have I Done from post position 1 certainly has a big chance here, 2-1.
Yeah, I think that What Have I Done is again my best bet of the night, Gary, and it's because last time out it was such a professional debut. It really was. Like I went back and watched that replay a few times. That's when it kind of started raining too. They graded the track off by a second in that effort. He got away 5th off the gate, kind of just relaxed in, and then came first up and just drew away the lead. And while there was horses kind of like angling around with Trot behind him, he was under no urging to the wire. So I thought it was a lot easier than it looked on paper. So the one What Have I Done, my best bet of the night. There he is right there, and looks pretty sporty out there and looking all that bit professional as I remember from last week. So 2-1 right now. Happy with that price and thinking that he can double up.
He looks like a well-muscled up 3-year-old. A muscled mass, Colt. Number 6, Vera Cruz. I'm not sure what to make of Vera Cruz because I see a lot of X's on the dance card, but I do see some speed, and then qualified here.
Yeah, the qualifier here, I went back and watched that a couple times today as well. And again, obviously you win by more than 7 lengths against probably softer horses, but it was pretty easy. And he he kind of seems like a horse got a big stride to him too when he kind of gets full flight. And again, 201, it's a pretty decent mile for a qualifier. And we've actually seen that a lot of horses that have that qualifier under their belt over this surface have proved positive, but now you've got to face horses that have already raced parimutually over this track as well. So I thought Vera Cruz is one you have to use underneath. Maybe if this one kind of takes flight off the gate, could be dangerous to maybe take them gate to wire here with Scott Young aboard. So Vera Cruz in with a big chance, but again, I like What Have I Done.
I almost went with Capulet on top. I didn't, but I wanted to, and it was a good effort last time out.
It was, and this is one that kind of got jammed up and was kind of looking for racing room late and was running up on the back of the winner, who I made my best bet tonight, but was trying to come forward, whereas the other one was kind of being shut down. This is a $235,000 yearling, though, right? With multiple siblings that have made more than $200,000. You know, related to some pretty nice horses. So I think that Capulet is one you have to be cautious of here. Surprised you're getting 9-2. I thought this would kind of be like the wise guy horse because finished with Trot last time. He's a 5-year-old, lightly raced, and by all rights should take a big step forward for Determination and Luke Blay here. I think that you're getting value on Capulet right now at 9-2, and you can convince me he is the better value in the race. But again, I'm not siding against a horse that I kind of fell in love with last time.
And number 7, Secan Trot, is one that's been trotting well early in the miles, but needs a little more finish.
Yeah, and again, maybe that transition, though, right, from Mohawk Park to here can kind of help that because been facing off against some pretty decent horses there, and they're going to go quicker. Now again, this surface has been lightning fast. People are messaging me all night saying that it's a real fast 5/8 of a mile oval, and it is because they've done a fantastic job with it. I think Seek and Trot though should be able to get a piece of this. I don't think getting to the business end for her is going to be difficult because I think this is a very deep group, but she should be able to land somewhere in the exotics.
And TriStar Carmen, trailer post 23-1 is number 10. Made a break last time out, but the two starts before that at Flamborough was really good. So if you're looking for some sleepy play, how about that one? What have I done? Wood chipping on the inside. In the center, My Time, Your Money, Capulet. And Smoking Power to the outside, Vera Cruz, and she can trot. And the second tier, TriStar Carmen. It's a field of 8. It's race number 8 under the bright lights at the river. They're into the backstretch. And the field for the 8th race is in the backstretch, gathering speed. They're at the start, and they're off, and Capulet's going to leave well with Seacan Trot, and also getting out well is Smoking Power. Those the first 3, then Wood Chippin' and Vera Cruz. What have I done? Relaxed away third from last, and then it is back to TriStar Carmen, and then My Time, Your Money is trailing the field, but Seacan Trot right now 7-1 on the board, is trotting on a lead of 3. Smokin' Power second. Capulet is racing third. Then it is Wood Chippin'. Vera Cruz is trotting fifth. And then TriStar Carmen, My Time, Your Money. And then well back is What Have I Done? And they race their way off the turn. The field comes on towards us. Seacan Trot. 7-1 on the board has the lead for Brett McDonald. Seacan Trot. And racing second is Smokin' Power. In front of Capulet, well spotted third, and then Wood Chippin's on the inside, racing fourth, and then it's Vera Cruz, and further back we go as they race on into the backstretch. And it's second from last right now, My Time, Your Money, and What Have I Done is back trailing the field. That is TriStar Carmen right now is third from last. They race on towards 3/4 of a half of 59-2. Seacan Trot leads it. Smokin' Power at 16-1 is still second, but now Capulet is going to angle to the outside, and Capulet is closing ground. Capulet is moving against Seacan Trot. Capulet is trying to close the gap. Seacan Trot leads it still by about a length and 3/4. Capulet racing third is Smokin' Power. Then a gap of 4 or 5 to Wood Chippin'. Then it is back to Vera Cruz and TriStar Carmen. And My Time, Your Money, Seacan Trot, but bearing down on Seacan Trot is Capulet. 3/4, 128-4. And it is Capulet and Seacan Trot. Capulet on the outside looking to capitalize. And it is Capulet on the outside as they come to the finish. Capulet will cap off a closing effort with a winning stride. Then it was Seacan Trot, Smokin' Power, and Vera Cruz. 158 flat. Capulet, I liked the horse and I lacked the nerve to take him on top, is what I was thinking of doing, and I just couldn't do it.
I was in the same boat, Gary. And the thing is that like I said, I thought this horse would be like the wise guy play, and we'd see a lot more money come for Capulet because last time out was in behind horses and searching for room and had a lot of trot on the end of that mile. Second start now, after a bit of time off, after a miscue, and very professional first over victory here. And again, this horse was meant to be a good horse. $235,000 yearling purchase, and got siblings like Tuscan Prince and Senorita Polema. So very nice siblings in this one's bloodline. And again, I mean, you see it, Anthony Hahn not really asking this one much. Now, maybe a different story if What Have I Done doesn't make a break on the backside. But hey, listen, that's horse racing, and Capulet. If you got 5, you're doing Capulet. You did pretty good in that one.
Yeah, absolutely a well-meant one, and I mean the telling part too when you see Anthony just sitting there like that, and you could see it coming because even going up to 3/4, it looked like Capulet had the most.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You know what? When What Have I Done made a break in stride and Vera Cruz was kind of out of it, I thought that Capulet's not going to be denied here off the way he raced last time. I figured he'd end up, getting the W. But Secan Trot, right, making that transition that we always say, can do wonders for a horse coming from Mohawk Park. Those non-winners of 1 to the non-winners of 1 or 5,000 here, and went a long way in the lead to race, a solid second. Smoke and Power, a horse that we got to see last year too here at the River. A good third at 16-1. Vera Cruz, think that's one we'll keep tabs on going forward. First start here north of the border, and like you had mentioned, there's some miscues there. So a flat line is going to be the main priority for that one.
Yeah, and it is good to see Secan Trot finish the mile much more strongly, so that's one you can think about going forward now.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a 4.756 top 4, mile of 158. Coming back in front of us is number 4, Capulet, 5-year-old Walner Bay horse, owned by Determination, trained by Luc Blais. Anthony Hahn is the winning driver. Second win for Capulet in just 5 starts. Mile of 158. Eighth race, pounds for Capulet, 773, 34.20. 7 Secan Trot, 854.75. Smoking Power, 550. $2 exactor, 54.90. Dollar Trial, 123.80. Dollar Super, 418.75. Eighth race order of finish from the top. 857-1342 double scratch 6. That's 857-1342 double scratch 6 on the bottom. field for race 9 on parade. One is Twin B Showman, Scotty Calder for Bob McIntosh and Martin Staples. Number 2 is Am I Radical, Brian Holiday for Dave Holiday and Caroline Holiday and Dennis Hanna. Number 3 is Thunderously, Steve Houdon for Laura Toscani and Gino Toscani. And number 4 is All Out Maryland, Anthony Hunt for Pam Forkey and David Wilkinson. 5 is Lockdown Romeo, Bruce Richardson for John Holding and Morley Bosworth. Number 6, Pajamas Optional, Jeffrey O'Brien, drives and trains and owns. Number 7, Magic Hush, Travis Henry for Dr. John Chandler. Number 8 is BBC Sports Boy, Colin Keller, Jason Libby, and Joyce Empey. And number 9 is Vimy Rajvanti, Phil Houdon for Steve Lauren and Paul Mazzetti. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, first up, we'll start with number 2, Am I Radical? And it comes in off of a 4th place finish. That was just the first start of the year. It's not radical to take one that won 6 out of 14 times last year, Rob.
No, not at all. 11 to 1. This is a real nice price right now on the 2 Am I Radical. Love the way it looks in the track as well. And you and I both aren't afraid to get behind Team Holiday. And the thing is, too, is that this horse last time, Gary, if you remember, went to the early lead. I was really excited because I liked his chances in that dash. He then got shuffled back, jammed up behind horses, and then got caught behind one that kind of stopped in front of him. He had to get to the outside and really had no chance of getting anywhere near BBC Sports Boy. And I thought it was a good 4th, to be perfectly honest. And this looks like a really good spot for, Am I Radical now? Second start back off a layoff, strong season last year. I'm just expecting really good things from this one tonight. And 11 to 1 to me that's a real juicy price. I thought we'd see, maybe 6 or 7 to 1. Maybe we still see that come post time, but I really like the chances of the 2 Am I Radical.
I didn't know what to do with one Twin Bee Showmans because, well, it's Bob McIntosh, and you see this one dropping down in class for Mohawk, but then I look at the form. What do you make of it?
Yeah, well, it's it's tough, but we just saw it kind of prove positive for one. Like Seacan Trot was racing, at maiden ranks in Mohawk Park. The form didn't look all that great, and it made the transition here and raced a lot better. That's a pretty tough class there, right? That's a real tough non-winners of a lifetime class. It's third start Lasix now. Softer company here at the river. He's got to enjoy that, and I think 4 to 1's a fair price. But yeah, you kind of look at it and say 5 starts, no on the board finishes. He's really got to show something here tonight, and he's met a group where he can do that, but he's still got to perform. So I couldn't put him on top. I used him underneath, and I think he'll be in the mix throughout.
And then we have to get to number 8, BBC Sports Boy, because, Jason Libby, and you managed to wisely get that upset win in the 3rd. Jason Libby training first of an era, and BBC Sports Boy is drawn poorly, but look at the fans are backing this one from post 8 because we've seen that if you can get off the gate, and, well, he can do that.
He can do exactly that. Jason Libby's had a lot of success with BBC Sports Boy, did a great job with this horse. He's piled up the victories as of late, right? Won 4 of his last 5, done so in impressive fashion, both at Western Fair and here at Grand River. And last time out, I was kind of impressed with the fact he got away 5th. He made a brush to the lead. That was a huge third quarter, 27-3. I think it's a pound for pound a tougher group this time out, but he's more than capable of winning. I just, thought the post might be a little more tricky for him. And I thought that, it's hard for me to take a short price from out there. But he's claimed, right? He's claimed, so that now adds a whole new element to it, right? There is no tomorrow for the current connections, and I think he'll probably make a good showing tonight. But again, 2 to 1 from out there is tricky for me.
And look at the price on All Out Marion.
Yeah, 9 to 5 for the. Again, making that switch over to the Grand River, but off a break, right? And before that, on the vets list, I can't get there at 9 to 5. I mean, she figures off her best form, but she's going to have to find that to get the better of this group.
It's a field of 9 taking up their positions. Twinbee Showman Semi-Radical and Thunderously on the inside. All at Marion, Lockdown Romeo, center, Pajamas Optional. Magic Hush, BBC Sports Boy on the outside. Second tier, Vimy Ridge Venti. Field of 9, race number 9. They're in the backstretch, nearing the start. And they're at the start of the rough. Lockdown Romeo, thou art leaving quickly. Am I Radical on the inside? Magic Hush on the outside. And then racing fourth is Thunderously. Now BBC Sports Boy takes over fourth. Thunderously is fifth. All of Marion is sixth. Twinbee Showmance is back in seventh. Then Pajamas Optional and Vimy Ridge Venti. But right now it is Lockdown Romeo who is moving well with a lead of a length and 3/4, and Magic Hush is second. Am I Radical is third. BBC Sports Boy left from an outside post and was able to get away fourth and tuck along the pylons as they race off the turn. 28 and 3 opening quarter. Thunderously is fifth in front of all of Marion. Then it is back to Twinbee Showmance, and the trailing pair, Vimy Ridge Venti, Pajamas Optional, is going to have to do some serious streaking now from a trailing spot. 28 and 3 opening quarter. They head their way up towards the half, and it is Lockdown Romeo. Thou art leading by a length and a half. Magic Hush on the inside. Am I Radical now? Is moving first over and giving cover to BBC Sports Boy. Then fifth is Thunderously. All out Marion is out and getting a little closer. The trailing three are Twinbee Showman's Pajamas Optional and Vimy Ridge Venti. Lockdown Romeo at 17-1 is trying to hold on, but now Am I Radical on the outside. Am I Radical is chipping away and is now just about a neck from the front. And then BBC Sports Boy is well spotted and getting a little closer and looks alive. 3/4, 129 and 1 up the half of 59 and 4. Magic Hush is fourth, and all of Marion is kicking in late now. And now in the center of the track, Am I Radical is pulling up alongside Lockdown Romeo, but BBC Sports Boy looks loaded up as they turn for home. BBC Sports Boy and Am I Radical and Lockdown Romeo, and then to the outside, all of Marion, but they come to the finish. BBC Sports Boy is going to be the winner. All of Marion came flying to pick up second. Am I Radical was a third. And then to Lockdown Romeo, BBC Sports Boy, post 8, no problem, Rob.
Did not matter. The BBC Sports Boy said post 8. I do not care. He can win from any trip, this horse. I mean, he really can. I mean, I always thought, in watching him race, at the Raceway, he's a horse needs to be forwardly placed or on the lead, but he's proven he doesn't need that at all. I mean, his last two, getting away fifth last time, that brush to the lead, this time out, he sits chilly second over, nice, calm, and relaxed. And we don't see horses yet over this surface, Gary, do this. That second over trip slingshot at the top of the turn and just wave goodbye to his rivals. I mean, this is an impressive effort here. And I know that, parting will be, sweet sorrow, right, for the connections. They've had so much time, so much success with this horse. But hey, listen, it was a real good run for Jason Libby and BBC Sport Boy. Now he'll move on to new connections.
And all of Marion took all that money. It did race very well to come on and finish second. So actually we get the BBC Sports Boy and then the Invader from Woodbine.
Yeah, big step in the right direction. We saw that hit down to 9-5 and then, went back up to 4-1. I noticed it after the fact, but Sugar Doyle, right? He's been watching Grand River closely. He's been posting pics for it, and he's been doing really well with his selections here at the River. He posted that one as a post-parade pick on X, and I'll tell you, from working with my man Sugar at the Raceway at Western Fair, his post-parade picks are usually fire. So it was a nice call by him because All Out Maryland raced a fantastic second. Am I Radical? I cannot be upset. Most of the horses I bet tonight, Gary, they're in the spots I want them to be in. Am I Radical first over? I'm happy with that. I think, he could be the best horse in the race, but just didn't have it tonight. Third at 6-1.
Well, coming back in front of us is that winner of race number 9. It's number 8, BBC Sports Boy, 4-year-old Wheelin' and Dealin' Bay Gelding, up by Joyce Empey and Jason Libby. Jason Libby is the trainer. Colin Kelly, the winning driver. It's the 7th win this year, 9th lifetime for BBC Sports Boy. 8-4-2-5 is the top 4 on the board. Ninth race, payouts 8 BBC Sports Boy. 540, 360, 290 for All Out Marion, 490, 360. To MI Radical, $3. $2 exactor, 32.30. Dollar try, 70.60. Dollar super, 320.50. Fans note that claim out of the ninth race, number 8, BBC Sports Boy, the new trainer, Richard Moreau. Ninth race, order finish from the top, 639 247 815. That's 639 247 815. Field for the 10th race on parade. One is Ronde du Lac, Louis Bois for Eric Nadeau, and me, Charlotte Tartan, Jean Allaire, and Maud LaRouche. Number 2 is Fashion Forward Anthony Hunt from Crone and Hutt Racing. 3 is Royal Tell, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and A1 Stable. Number 4 is Shay Sealster, Todd Ratchford for Mary Ratchford. Number 5 plays Sear, Jimmy Gagnon, drives and trains and owns. Number 6 is Ultimate Twix, Scott Quiller, Dean Nixon, and Madonna Morrison. Number 7, Snake Eyes, Hanover, Dale Spence, Riley, Simpson, and Shenko. 8 is No Money Honey, Chase and Ride for Mike Watniowski and Stuart and Patricia Bolander. And around of the field is 9, Summer Lovin', Carl Thomas, drives and trains for Carmel Racing. Field of 9, the 10th race, Super High 5. Let's get right to it. And, well, I'll tell you who I took on top. Royal Tell. And so did you, Rob.
Yeah, we're on the same horse in the finale, Gary. You know what? I kind of figured you would as well, just because last time, and if you remember, Royal Tell, when I was fond of as a favorite, post 7, got away 7th off the gate, and was never really in contention until very late in the mile. Came on with 57 seconds flat, final quarter 28 and 3, and we didn't really see horses do that at all on opening night, come from that far out of it. So I think we'll see a little more life out of her nearly going tonight. I mean, we saw her get away second 2 starts ago where she brushed the lead, then ended up fading to third against a solid group that was topped by Layla Blue. Like the pre-race appearance, Team Cullen, again, 3 to 5. Not too crazy about the price, but maybe that'll float a bit come post time.
You know, I could have gone with Fashion Forward. I didn't, and same story for you because we both like Fashion Forward to be in the top 2 here.
Yeah, Fashion Forward, you can't take much away from her, right? I mean, she won first over 3 starts ago, and then, kind of one of those things where she came back and, faced a tougher group and probably took a lot out of her on May 14th. And then, here at the River on opening night, I kind of said, she won first up, 2 starts back, and first over kind of was the triple choice that night. For a lot of horses, and it did exactly that for her. She won at 3 to 1, and now tonight you're getting 9 to 2 on her. So I think she's good value. She's a versatile type, and one that I think you got to respect, winning 2 of her last 3. So again, right now, if you're betting a horse to win, I'd probably say you take Fashion Forward over Royal Tell because nothing's fun about taking 3 to 5, and 9 to 2 is a much better price.
And then why not go to Shay Sealster for third? 8 third-place finishes on the year already.
There you go. Gary's got the trend with Shay Sealster. She's an interesting one because I've backed her a bunch of times, and I think she's actually finished third most of the times I've backed her on the business end of it. She's a horse that typically gets herself in a position, and just lately hasn't been able to kind of get those last few lengths in to get to the victory. But she's got 6 top 2 finishes as well. So impressively, she's got 14 on the board finishes out of 21 tries. And I think she'll likely be in the right spot again tonight. She might grab onto a helmet, be second over, something like that. We've seen that work a few times. And 16 to 1 is, in my opinion, a big overlay on Shay Sealster. She hasn't been able to get past these horses in recent efforts, but maybe she'll be able to do so tonight. But one I definitely have in the high 5 ticket.
And number 7, Snake Eyes Hanover. I wouldn't be surprised if she leaves a little more here, and she can get off the gate.
She's got really good snap speed off the switch, and 13 to 1's not a bad price on the board. I mean, she'd have to come around them, with authority, I think, to get to the lead, but one that can stick around for a piece if she does.
Well, number 3, Royal Tell, is the favorite, and he's 1 to 2 on the board. It's Ronde du Lac, Fashion Forward, Royal Tell on the inside. In the center, Shay Sealster plays here. To the outside, Ultimate Twix, Snake Eyes, Hanover, No Money Honey, and the second tier, Summer Lovin'. It's a field of 9, the 10th and final dash on a wonderful Wednesday as we are gathered at the river and they are gathered in behind the gate, approaching the start. Field for the 10th and final race, all in position. They're at the start and they're off, and Snake Eyes Hanover comes rolling out. Ultimate Twix along to the inside, Fashion forward, and then Royal Tell is into the front four. Ron de Dulac, No Money Honey, and then it is Summer Lovin' and Shay Sealster, and Place Here is trailing the field. Ultimate Twix has got the lead. Ultimate Twix, Snake Eyes Hanover, is racing on the outside and wants to back into the pocket, and is going to do so in front of Fashion forward. Then it is Royal Tell and Rhonda Dulac and Summer Lovin', 27 seconds the opening quarter, trailing 3 are Shay Sealster. Then it is back further to Place Here, and last as they come on past us is No Money Honey, and Fashion forward now is able to come on and get the lead, fashioning the lead before they get on up to the half. And on the outside now, that is Snake Eyes Hanover coming first over. Ultimate Twix is on the inside third, and Royal Tell is well spotted on the back of Snake Eyes Hanover. Then it's a gap of 3 or 4. Rhonda Dulac, Summer Lovin'. Now Shay Sealster is kicking into gear, but has a lot of work to do. Then it is back to Place Here and No Money Honey, but it is Fashion forward at 5-1 who's got the lead. Snake Eyes Hanover 20-1, half length off the lead. Ultimate Twix on the inside at 45-1 is still right there. Now rolling off cover. There goes Royal Tell quickly now. And Royal Tell wants to come on against Fashion forward. And Royal Tell bursts to the front. Fashion forward is second. Ultimate Twix is holding on to third. No Money Honey is kicking in late. Snake Eyes Hanover has dropped back to fifth, and then it is back to Place Here. Shay Sealster, then Ron de Dulac and Summer Lovin' on down the stretch. Rather they come, and Royal Tell, a well-backed favorite who is living up to it, cruising at the finish, and then No Money Honey from way off the pace to pick up second. Fashion forward was third, and Place Here was fourth, and then Ultimate Twix to round out the ticket. But it was Royal Tell. Royal Tell 1-5 on the board, but at least you get No Money Honey at 35-1 for second to help that pick five because the heavy favorite on top, Rob.
Yeah, the high five is going to really benefit. That payout's going to go up exponentially, right? Getting that bombs away, especially from the outside of the gate in the second spot. But hey, Royal Tell, you know, we figured she'd get away better tonight. She did, and kind of a perfect scenario the way things panned out for her because there's a lot of action. I mean, that's the one thing we've seen over this surface, Gary. Lots of action in some of these races, and that one there was exactly that. We had a couple horses kind of vie for the early lead. Fashion forward then, you know, obviously made that quarter pole move, and when Snake Eyes Hanover went first up, I mean, Royal Tell's just kind of in the driver's seat from that point on. I mean, you're second over in a perfect spot. Last time out, she had too far to come. This time out, she just kind of brushes past them and is on cruise control to the wire. Easiest kind of winner for Team Cullen, 1-5 favorite. But yeah, No Money Honey. That's one to put on the watch list for next time. I mean, that's back-to-back 8 holes. Third last time, second tonight, and both times at similar odds. Very impressed with the closing speed of No Money Honey.
And even more impressive, I think, this evening because last as they head up towards the half, last as they come by us heading to the half.
Yeah, no, it was again, like I could see a horse that was making a big move kind of wide, and then I, you know, picked up that it was her and I said, wow, she's going to be second, and she wasn't just second, she was second with ease. I mean, kind of cutting into the margin of Royal Tell, who was kind of, you know, shut down coming to the wire. But you look at this high five, right? And if you're going to get a 1-5 shot down, especially if you like Fashion forward in the mix too, those are the price you want to try to get in with there, right? 35 to 1, 80 to 1, and 45 to 1. This is going to pay handsomely.
By the way, Place Here was my fourth choice because I had it 3, 2, 4, 5. Place Here at 80 to 1.
Well, you nailed it perfect right in that fourth spot. So, you know, you could have had this.
Well, yeah. I think in order to have it, you have to bet it. That's how it goes, Rob. Which you know about. Number 3, Royal Tell is back in front of us. It's a 4-year-old Tell It Like It Is brown mare. Owned by A1 Stable. Trained by Jody Cullen. Travis Cullen with the driving double. It's the first win this year. 5th win for Royal Tell. Lifetime 154-1. The 10th race payouts 3 Royal Tel 240, 210, 210. 8 No Money Honey $9 750. 2 Fashion Forward 250. The Exactor 32.70. Dollar Try 40.75. Double of 8 and 3 7.80. Dollar Pick 3 27.20. Dollar Pick 4 101.10. The Dollar Pick 5 314.10. We had a 20-cent high five of $2,070. Kaboom! Shakalaka.
Thanks. Have a great night. No, it wasn't weird at all. Don't say that.